It's never as good or as bad as you think it is. It's never as good or as bad as you think it is. Our mind plays tricks on us. Our mind wants us to think that this is the worst thing that has ever happened, or this is the best thing that has ever happened, or this is the craziest thing that has ever happened. It's not. It's happened before. It's happened to so and so. They went through the same thing. They went through a worse situation. They had less resources than you. They had less support than you. They had less family than you, less friends, less engagement, less social media presence. They had it worse than you. What you're going through is not as bad as you may think. What you're going through is possible to get through because people have been doing it for centuries. People have been doing it and are currently doing it over and over and over again. There is nothing that you are doing right now that is unheard of. You may have specific situations. You may have a specific outcome you're trying to get to. You may have specific parameters you have to work against, but guess what? That's your challenge, and you can handle those challenges. That's why they're yours. Because somebody else went through the same thing and they had a different set of challenges. They had a different starting point. And they have a different goal. Maybe they are thinking and strategic enough to have an outcome that is positive that they're working towards, or maybe not. Maybe they're just going with the flow and they're just letting life happen to them. Maybe they have negative Nancy's in their ear telling them all the projections and everything that they went through and how it went for them. It's never as bad as you think your situation is. And it's also never as good as you think your situation is. You could be doing better. Yes, you did amazing. You should celebrate you. Yes, you were disciplined and you had this goal and you reached it. Yes, you were awarded and you were the best or the top in your... But you could do better. And you have the opportunity to. And the situation is going to change. Right now, you're at the top of your game. You're the best this is the best money you've ever experienced. This is the best pay you've ever had. But it's still at the bottom of somebody else's totem pole. When you get to the height of where you are, you're still at the bottom of someone else. There's still more to go. You still have more goals to accomplish. You can do better. And I want you to believe that you can do better. I want you to know that there is no stopping point. Even when you reach the goal grows. Even when you reach the top of the pinnacle or where you think you want to be, there is more expansion to be had. There's more greatness to be accomplished. And even if it's not for you, it's for you to share. You can help somebody else. Maybe someone needs your opinion. Maybe you need to be the encouragement to someone else. And that's how your fortune grows. That's how your perception grows. That's how your audience grows. That's how your business grows. That's how your life grows. That's how your children grows. That's how your legacy grows. That's how your family grows. That's how your husband, your marriage, your partnership, whatever you have, it grows by sharing. So there's always more to share. Even if you're not sharing directly, you are an example to somebody. Somebody is looking at you. Why? Because someone else is going through a worse situation. Someone has stricter parameters than you do. Someone has less resources than you do. And they're looking at you as an example. They're looking at your consistency to keep going. It's never as good as you think. It's never as bad as you think. And you need to celebrate both. Celebrate the good, celebrate the bad, celebrate what you got through, celebrate what you're going through, celebrate what you're going to get to. Period. Celebrate who's coming with you. Celebrate the relationships you've had along the way. There's so much to be proud of. There's so much to experience. And when you get to experiencing these things and see them as accomplishments, it pushes you to move forward. When you can see a failed relationship or a expired relationship as an experience, the fact that you got to experience that person and have this relationship build, that's worth celebrating. That's worth acknowledging that you got through something, that you got through this relationship, that you experienced this person's aura, that you experienced this energy, that you know how to handle situations like this because of this person, because of this experience that you had. That you're doing better than you give yourself credit for. You're doing better. You're doing amazing. You're doing so much more fantastic than you give yourself credit for. So through, even when you're down in the dumps, even when you feel like you have so much to accomplish, even when you feel like you have not reached a goal, even when you feel like it's hard every day to get up out of bed, know that you're doing better than you give yourself credit for. And even if your best that day is laying in the bed, that is caring for yourself. Even when your best that day is making a list of to-do, you're doing it for yourself. You're being the best person that you can be in that moment. And maybe your body and your mind and your time needs a rest. Maybe the best thing you can do that day is rest. Because there's nothing worse than rushing into something negative. Rushing into something that was an expired opportunity or an expired relationship, or looking back and wishing that I would have just stayed in the house that day. I would have just stayed in the bed that day. Life is not a rush. Life is not a race. Life is not who does it faster, who does it better. This is your life on your timing. So yes, we want to be strategic. Yes, we want to be calculated. Yes, we want to have a plan. Yes, we want to have goals and accomplishments to reach. But it's not a rush. You're going to get your goals and plans reached. You're going to have accomplishments. That's a given. As long as you're trying, as long as you set yourself up for success, as long as you know where you're going, as long as you have some type of plan, making accomplishments every day, having positive thoughts, having people that look up to you, you're going to have accomplishments to celebrate. You're doing better than you think. And a lot of it is simply mindset. A lot of it, most of it, 90% of it, 99.9 is mindset. If you think you can do better, then you can. If you think that there's more out there, then there is. If you are listening to certain music, certain podcasts, negative people's experiences on what they went through, what happened to them, so get away from negativity. Stop listening to that music. I know you love it. Stop loving it. Find something else to do. Talk to yourself more. Make your own music. What would your music sound like? What would your movie be about? What would your book be about? What is your social media about? If it's not positive, if it's not expressive of you, if it's not expressive of your experiences, your relationships, how you carry yourself, if it's not giving you a goal, motivation, accomplishments to achieve, then maybe that is what needs to change. Maybe what you are thinking is based on what you've been hearing. Not maybe, absolutely. What you have been listening to is a reflection of where your mindset is. If you're sad about a relationship, don't listen to sad relationship music. If you're looking for a relationship, don't listen to breakup music. Don't listen to cheating. Don't listen to sad, I can't do this, I can't do that. Know that you can. Make a music that you want to listen to. Write the songs that you want to listen to. That should be playing in your head. Not the beat and the song and the producer and the... No. For me, I want to learn Spanish. I think I think I should be bilingual. I listen to other people all day and they're bilingual and they understand it. They can read it. They can write it. I took in Spanish for years in college and high school. Why am I not bilingual? So guess what? I'm changing my music to Spanish, to the language I want to learn and understand. I changed the podcast selection to Spanish. I have the ability to change whatever I want to change based on what I'm listening to, what I'm hearing, what I'm attracting, what I'm doing, what I'm being, how I'm acting. If I want to change my language, my speech, my opportunities, my relationships, I have the power to do so. Because life is one experience after another. I've spoken English for 30 years. Why not try Spanish? Why not try Portuguese? Why not do Mandarin? I don't know. Why not do all five at once? That wouldn't be strategic, but you get my point. We're being strategic about exactly what we want, where our goals is, having the experience, and flowing with our knowledge. We're letting our knowledge flow. We're letting our experience flow. We're releasing what no longer serves us. We're releasing relationships and peoples and thought process that no longer serve us. Because why am I holding on to you so tight, knowing that it's temporary? This relationship is temporary. Regardless of how you feel, this relationship is temporary because my mindset right now is temporary. I'm going to grow. My mindset is going to change. My experiences are going to change. I'm going to have additional relationships that's going to change me, going to change my mindset for the better because I'm strategic about it, because I'm doing this on purpose, because I'm learning and growing and expanding on purpose. Nobody cares about the things that you care about as much as you do. So if I can't tell by your appearance, if I can't tell by your actions, if I can't tell by how you treat and carry yourself, if I can't tell by your mindset and your speech and your speaking pattern and how much you're learning and how much you're growing, if I can't tell that you care that much, then nobody else cares that much. And it's not wise, it's not reasonable for you to put your cares on someone else. No one else can do what you do as much as you do it. No one else can do what you do as great as you do it. You're going to do it so much better than anything and anybody else. Your accomplishments are going to be so much more worthy. Your accomplishments are going to be so much more celebrated and supported than anything anybody else can do ever. Because you did it under your parameters, with your restrictions, with your mindset, with your growth potential, with your past experience, with your support, with your mind, with your beauty, with your standards, with your excellence. It's going to be so much better. It's going to be so much funner, happier, joyfuler, colorfuler. Whatever you are, it's going to be you-er. It's going to be you on a whole nother level that you don't even know you're capable of. These are levels that we are not even thinking that we're going to reach because we have yet to experience it yet. We don't know what opportunity is coming next. We don't know what relationships we're going to be introduced to next. You don't know what mindset, what growth potential, what idea you're going to have next. So don't be afraid to release this period of life. This is just a period. This is just a season. This is just temporary. It's great and it's wonderful, but there's more to come. The same leaves that on that tree right now is not the same leaves from yesterday. Not the same leaves from last season. That leaf wasn't even there last season. It was winter. That leaf wasn't even existing last season. It was winter. It was fall. It was a whole nother season. And so is your attitude. So is your perception on things. So is your experiences. So is your hair. So is your skin. You are literally a whole new person from last season. Do not let old experiences, old people, old projections, old thought patterns, old speech patterns, old music, old songs, old movies set the tone for right now. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new life.